once you grasp this truth that I'm about to tell you, it'll set you free from religion. It'll set you free from parents and moms and family and governments and police. Everybody, it'll set you free. And it's simply this. You are divine. God has exploded in a Crab Nebulae explosion, and he has come and manifested himself as billions of people. And you're one of you, and so am I. When I look at you, I see God. When you look at me, you see God. That's why God's name is I am. I am God. It doesn't mean that me, God. It means I am. When you say I am God, you have to say, what is God's name? I am. What? I am God. Oh my God, then all the people, Christians run around, oh, I told you they think they're God. I don't think anything on the side. No, Jesus Christ said, the scripture says you are God, and the scripture cannot be broken. So he said it.
Yeah, like I'm not third album.
Peace, 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 family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. Today, I'm going to be doing continuing the Saturn through the signs series with Gemini, Saturn and Gemini. Let's see. Saturn in Gemini. So what is Saturn? Saturn is very heavy energy. It's limitations, restrictions, responsibility, hard work. Saturn shows you what type of challenges you're most likely to face throughout your entire life. It also gives you information on how to deal with obstacles. Saturn rules limitations, organization, structure. It's your reality. It's very practical. It can rule fear, anxiety, loneliness, discomfort, boundaries, discipline, and can be a workaholic. And Gemini is the ruler of the third house. It's ruled by Mercury. And this is your intellect, your ideas, your conversations, all communication, entrepreneurship, flirtatious. This could be sex, unions, connections, and it can also be connected to your intelligence. When you put Saturn with Gemini, it's most likely brings delays and difficulties in early childhood education because Gemini rules your early learning stages. These people usually struggle with language, reading, writing, and math because those are also ruled by Gemini. You might have been picked on and it made you fear sharing ideas on intelligence and speaking out in any kind of way. This is something that you have to overcome, right? Because these people are actually very, very brilliant and intelligent. They can be writers, teachers, communicators, or public speakers, even like what do you call those people who interpreters who are people in the middle for like people who speak different languages, you know? Um, these people do end up accomplishing all of these things or either one of these things later on in life. These people may have greater responsibility with siblings at a very young age. This could also bring challenges with siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, because that's another thing that Gemini rules is oftentimes with struggles around siblings, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins being envious of you. Unfortunately, that can be a theme here, or even outcasted or like the black sheep in some way, shape, or form. Or another way this can show up is that you don't have any siblings at all, but really wanted them, which could also lead to you becoming a teacher and those kids, you adopting those kids, so to speak, and or that you end up having a lot more kids of your own, even doing like some kind of homeschooling or something of that nature. Um, yeah. And so these people have great wisdom. They're very practical teachers. When it comes to math reading, they make it fun and easy and do it in very creative ways. especially mostly because they struggled with it as a child and wished that they had a teacher who catered to them the way that they set up their curriculum. These people can also teach trades or vocations or in trade and vocational schools. Um, these people might like writing about facts and information, nonfiction, grant writers, or just information writers or bloggers, where you can get resources and information, things of that nature. These people gather and accumulate information like it's freaking, like I don't even, I couldn't even, like it's a fucking computer. It really is quite exhausting, to be honest with you. Um, Another thing that I've noticed as a Gemini is that we have trouble, especially if you have Saturn anywhere in this area, with judging your spatial. You know how like when you look in the mirror and you can't tell like what side to like look on. I think that's called your spatial. I think I've talked about this before on this channel in various different ways, but I think that's what you call it. Like we have a hard time judging with our spatial is off, especially if we wear glasses or have any kind of eye problems. So you know how like when you're doing the rear view mirror thing, we really have a hard time judging our blind spots. That's a good way to say that, which is another reason why we're so intelligent. So 9 times out of 10, a lot of people who have what you can call disabilities or struggles in these kinds of ways um, tend to have that spectrum of really close to the autism intelligent line. And what ends up happening, like, say for example, you are blind or you're missing an arm. You ever watch those like uh videos or reels or whatever with people who have those kinds of disabilities where they end up having to gain some kind of sixth sense to um, equate for a missing arm or being blind or things of that nature, where it becomes their superpower. And so a lot of the times these people tend to be able to accumulate more information, or they become more talented in other ways, shapes, and forms because of the lack of blindness or being able to judge their side. There's some kind of sixth sense that helps them be able to um, gauge for or make up for that lack, if that makes sense at all. And so there might be very few people who know about that, who are understand what I'm saying, but this can come with this placement because Gemini and Saturn people will go through something so much so to the point where they do become extremely well speakers or entrepreneurs in one of these areas. So, as usual, family, I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.